So the news came just too sudden. There was no closure.
When people come and see me, it's because they are really struggling with something. So whatever I say, whatever I ask you, it's all being channeled from there, okay? I'm just the channeler.
It's all right. I miss you so much. I miss you. My name is Chi. I'm a fashion entrepreneur. 3 months ago, I lost my dear father, who was also my best friend. The news came very sudden on a Christmas morning, and I was completely shocked and in disbelief. He was checked into a mental hospital in China 6 days before that, and there was no sign. The last time I spoke to him, he had promised that he would wait for me. There was no closure. I never got a chance to tell him how much I love him. I've been having recurring dreams about my father. The grieving process has been overbearing. As part of my healing journey, I decided to try energy healing. So I stumbled upon Renee's Reiki healing. But what happened next completely blew my mind.
This piece of paper, and it has all the chakras on it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna connect really quick to you, and then something in my head is gonna tell me what is going on with you. It might just flash some words, some names, some other things into my mind, and then I'm just gonna look at this, I'm gonna write things down. So your spiritual team, deceased loved ones, they're the ones that are in here talking to me in my mind. I believe that everybody is psychic, and I believe that everybody's intuitive. So I'm gonna go through the chakra system, and remember, there's nothing wrong with you if something is imbalanced. It's just a reflection of the energy that you're living out of right now, or your experiences. So your root chakra is your place for safety, security, financially. They've got food on the table. They've got a roof over their head. Right now, your root chakra is good. With your solar plexus, that is your physical gut instinct. It is your place for feeling secure with yourself. We got some things going on where you might be feeling a little uncomfortable with yourself and how other people might view you.
That was spot on, because I do have a very complicated upbringing. My father had a very big family, and he was quite close to some of his brothers, and the fact that I was away from them for so many years, the sudden passing of my father just triggered all this strange dynamic between the family members. And I am going back to China to see everyone, and I don't know how they're gonna react to me. I really don't know what to anticipate.
In your heart chakra, I'm definitely feeling grief. I feel like somebody passed, or I also feel as far as being able to sort of letting things go. I think your throat chakra is like a little off. How we speak to others authentically without feeling judged, and it's also about how we speak to ourselves. So where I feel like you're a little off balance there is, you feel like sometimes the words that can come out of your mouth when you're talking to other people, so there's an emotional aspect to it, things can sort of come out the wrong way. And
I was very surprised that she identified that, because that indeed is a recurring issue in my relationships, including my marriage. My parents were very direct when they were speaking to each other in their marriage, and therefore that's what I carry on, and be too direct and therefore hurtful to the other person. It was about 15 minutes, but what comes next was even more surprising. So Renee used a stack of cards to identify the issues that she sees right now that's happening in my life.
it's not evil, it's not bad.
She doesn't use the cards for fortune telling. She used those to identify where the energy imbalances are.
As in order for us, right, to be able to vibrate high and to become the next version of our best self, to get our chakra system into alignment, we have to make change. So where we are low vibe and where our mindset is, again, in the past, we have to be able to shift that and change it. So pay attention to everything that's going on here, because it's about right now, it's about the present and about where we need to shift. So since your China trip is coming up and there's a lot of loaded energy and a lot of people you're gonna have to deal with, and where you have your imbalances and you have your past, they have their imbalances that come from their past.
Right.
So everything that comes out in the cards today is really gonna be about guidance, about how you have to deal with that situation.
I just have really complicated feelings about my trip to China, because I really don't. It's almost like the first time I'm presenting myself as myself instead of daddy's daughter.
Mm-hmm. Well, interesting, what I'm being shown is that maybe from an unconscious level too, mom and dad were sort of kind of almost like a buffer and security and protection, whether you realize it or not.
Me, that is not daddy's daughter, is now in front of, for the first time, her life in front of all her family.
Yeah.
I don't know how to react, so I'm gonna go what
You're
the
gonna
flow
go
takes.
as if.
Yeah.
That card was exactly it. You're gonna act as if. I can't wait to actually read the card there.
My dad wanted to hear me to hear all these messages.
Okay, good.
He's
Good.
yeah.
Good. I'm sorry for your loss. It's a process, and all set. So we'll get set and put you up on the table, and we'll do your Reiki treatment and clear out all that energetic dirt, and then you can leave and feel good and go on your trip, and everything hopefully will be peaceful for you. And then I'll talk to you when you get back. So Reiki stands for Universal Life Force Energy. Once you flow the energy, because the practitioner is a conduit and they are channeling that energy, so the energy is not coming from the practitioner, it is coming through the practitioner. So once the energy comes through the practitioner, that's an intelligent energy, and the energy sort of knows where to travel.
In that moment, I feel like I was surrounded by really warm energy that's light. But then all of a sudden,
He's with you right now.
I miss you so much.
heavy emotions that have been accumulating all these months, that's sort of like a big rock that's been accumulating here, right here on my heart. Suddenly they wanted to be released, they wanted to come out. So it almost was like a floodgate was opened. I couldn't control any of my emotion, which Renee later has told me, well, that's how you open your heart chakra.
If someone is coming in specifically for grief, then whatever that practitioner may be seeing in their intuitive mind of how the grief is now manifesting itself into that person's daily life, post the treatment, then we can actually talk about like, okay, this is where the imbalance is, this is why you have the imbalance. But since you've been, say, existing in this sort of energy, and maybe your daily actions, your mindset, what you're presenting every day may be creating that imbalance. So I connected to that, and now post-treatment, I'm going to talk about how, okay, what are some steps that we can take to actually sort of process, deal with our grief in a different way. So
And that night, after I got home, before I went to bed, I was looking at my dad's photo album, all these years, our pictures together, and I cried and cried and cried. All my emotions got released, and the next day I feel so much better. By the time I'm recording this, it's already been 2 months since my treatment with Renee, and now I truly feel the energy healing did work. Energy is something you cannot see, but it is real. My dad has been practicing Qigong all his life, and that is how he cured very severe insomnia, which he had when he was young. So I truly believe that energy can heal. During my session, I feel a real connection with Renee. She is an empath with the heart of a gold who really wants to help others. I'm gonna leave Renee's website down below for those of you interested in exploring energy healing. And this is not a sponsored video. I'm only doing this because she deserves to be known by more people. And for those of you, if you're suffering loss or any other issues, healing is a long process. So take all the time you need and hope you find the kind of healing that's really gonna help your situation. And I know you will.